Lady Marie. Long time no see. Oh my God, I feel like I could be on 24-hour stream at the moment. There's so many things to talk about. You know, of course, poor Jay, still no news as far as I know on Jay. Mind you, it's only been half an hour since I was on talking about him. And of course, you know, we've been covering the Madeleine Soto documents that I've got that I still haven't finished. Tonight, we're not going to go through any of the documents. I'm having a day off from that. They're quite grim reading, aren't they? But one of the other things that sent me from the police department was the body cam of Stephan Sterns going from sort of one prison to another, you know, to be charged. And I know that we've seen bits of it already. Stephan Sterns is in the back of the trooper's car, and the guy's chatting to him, you know, and trying to put him at his ease and things. It's quite a strange video, I think. But anyway, so I've got the whole sort of video, and that's what we're going to look at tonight. We're going to look at that, look at Stephan's body language, the things he's saying, and just something that struck me as I was watching it. You know, he's quite a pathetic character. You know, I think that's part of the manipulation that he uses, because I almost found myself feeling sorry for him. That's like the empath in me, because, you know, there were some times, and I suddenly had to just stop myself. I think, Vicky, get a grip, you know, what this man has done. But this is what these manipulators do, isn't it? They're experts at it, you know. Anyway, we're going to look at that. We're going to look at that whole video from start to finish. Now, I would advise you, if you've got headphones, it might be a good idea to use your headphones, because Stephan, when he's speaking, it's very quiet, and sometimes you can't quite catch what he's saying. But I found that when I put headphones on, I could hear what he was saying. So I'm going to put my headphones on, but I will tell you when it's difficult to hear. I will then tell you what he said, if you haven't got headphones. But whereas the actual sheriff or trooper, he speaks quite loudly, so be careful with the headphones, because sometimes when he speaks, it's like, oh God, you know, because his voice comes over very, very loudly, whereas Stephan comes over very quiet. And I suppose it's just the position is in. Hey, oh my God. So we put the big dog upstairs so we didn't get barking during the live. Now the smaller dogs have come down, Rocky and Riley, and they're arguing over a bone. So I just can't, when there's always some dogs in the living room. So that's what we're going to look at in a minute. I just wanted to mention as well, I'm seriously toying with the idea of doing a whole day of videos about Rachel Marin tomorrow, because of course it's all going on now. The guy has been arrested. Rachel Marin's murderer. We've been following this case for so long, since August last year. He's been extradited to Maryland, so I've got lots of videos to show the sheriff speaking. Rachel's the father of Rachel's first child. He's been talking. Matt McMahon, he's been on our chat, hasn't he? He's been on the chat, and he's sent, you know, let me said I can use videos of their daughter, and we've looked at the video of her, and she's having a baby in September. So of course he's facing his first bail hearing. You know, all details are going to come out now, aren't they, of why he was even in Maryland in the first place. I suspect he had family there personally, but who knows? We'll find out. Sheriff Jeff, I was watching him being interviewed. Of course, he does know why he was there now, but he wouldn't say yet. He said it's too early, because they're putting together their case, aren't they? Finally, well, they've got a case. He's been arrested. He's been charged. But now they're going to fill in all the blanks, aren't they? Why he was in Maryland, where he was before, what other crimes he committed. Oh, there's all sorts coming out now. because although we knew he was an illegal immigrant, apparently he tried several times to cross the border unsuccessfully before he finally managed to do it. So there's so much to tell you about that, and there's this really sort of, I found it quite emotional and what's the word, almost sinister footage of him arriving, you know, be on the plane, having been extradited. And it just reminded me of like the Silence of the Lambs, when Hannibal Lecter is extradited to go and help with the case of the senator's daughter that went missing. No, you know, it's just, this man is just awful, isn't he? He's 23 years old. You know, just thank you, God, for DNA, because this guy, he would not be, you know, he would have carried on and on and on, just moving from one place to another, leaving devastation in his wake. A 23-year-old man, and what he's done already, you know, what would he have done in another 10 years? You know, it makes you wonder, doesn't it? In another 10 years, how many other families would we have left devastated? So anyway, not tonight. Tonight is in Maryland behind bars. And as Sheriff Jeff said, he wants him to live out the rest of his days there in Maryland, where he can keep an eye on him, I would imagine. Okay, so, you know, this is all that's going on. But tonight we're in the back of the Trooper with Stephan Sterns, having a look at his, you know, listen to the things he said. And I think it's quite illuminating to his character. But anyway, okay, so first of all, thank you so much for watching, subscribing, being members. And for the so special thanks to those of you who are members who have bought me a Ko-fi or sent me a super, because I've been sent, the other thing I wanted to tell you about, so I was sent with this information, with this video that we're about to see. This was free from the police department, but there's other body cams. The body cams of the initial interviews with Jen and Stephan, there's a cost to them. So the reason I'm telling you this is it's thanks to those of you that are members and that support me on Ko-fi and things like that, and those of you who watch, you know, because I've learned a lot about how to get hold of this. You know, often we watch videos or we look at documents from other channels, but now I'm sort of learning how to get them myself, and that's good, because then you get the whole, you know, you get the whole thing, like the whole video or the whole documents. I think we've seen that the documents that I got from Kissimmee Police Department are much better than the ones that I was using before that were off the YouTubers channel, the YouTubers Patreon. So I'm sort of learning how to do this, well, with the American cases anyway. You know, I don't if with the British cases you can't get hold of anything, but I haven't tried with the Australian ones. But I don't think you can with those either, and you can't with the Spanish ones. So it's just the American ones are so much more transparent, aren't they, with their legal processes? So yeah, I'm learning, and you know, I think these things hopefully will help to improve the channel, because it's much better when I've got the whole, like you'll see in this video, instead of watching bits and pieces that other channels think are interesting. I like all the details. I don't like to miss anything, you know, because sometimes things can come out of, you know, things that maybe the other channels didn't think that was important enough to show. I like to see all the details. So I'm going to say hello to everyone before I start this video. So remember, get your earphones ready, just in case, if you have got any earphones anyway. Hi, Maria. Oh, I know it's very difficult to forgive someone like Stephan Sterns, isn't it? The more you hear about him, the more the more you realise just what a horrible, horrible man he is. But you know, you'll see what I mean when you watch this video. Not a question of forgiving him or feeling sorry for him, but he's like really a pathetic figure. Hi, David. Hi, Mandy. I've just made a cup of tea. That's why I was a little bit late, David. Oh, God, it won't be the first time, David, that I've got into trouble from wives. Hi, Caroline. Oh, Caroline's still awake. And it's 3:37 and she's working in the morning. Oh, my God. Oh. I hope they enjoyed their prom, David. Sorry, yeah, very nice. Sounds like they had a good time. Though I don't know where all this prom thing, we never used to have that. It's an American thing, isn't it? You know, just more money for parents, isn't it? Anyway. I think I've said hello to everyone. I think I have. Okay, so let's have a look then at this video. Oh, I'm just going to put my headphones on. Yeah, I'm sorry I'm on the avatar again, but it's so hot here. I'm just going to look like I've been dragged through a hedge backwards. I did have a shower in between lives. Oh, you've had a couple of hours, Caroline. Good. Right. So I've plugged in my earphones. I'm just getting ready to go with the video. Yeah. So I'm going to comment on it as we go. If there's anything you don't hear, you know, just put a note in the chat. I think I'll be able to see it. Be a bit quieter tonight, probably. On the J video earlier, there was a lot of people on there and I couldn't really keep up with the chat properly, but I'll probably be able to keep up with it okay. Oh, I'm glad they enjoyed it, David. So video file, let's find it. Oh, it's going to be one of them that's difficult to find how to share it. Hang on. Let's try again. Now that's supposed to be, yeah, it is. It is. You can see it. Good. Right, I think you can see that. You can't hear anything at first because he turns the volume on when he comes round to the front. Yeah. Exactly. He must be nice. Are you okay? This policeman is so nice to Stephan. At first I was thinking, God, but, you know, when he's transport... Oh. Yeah, this policeman is so nice to Stephan. When I first saw this video, I thought, why is he being so nice to him? But of course, he's got to get Stephan from one place to another. He wants as little trouble as possible. To me, it strikes me that Stephan, he may be on suicide watch or something because, you know, Stephan, at the end of the day, he knows, and you can see it in his face in this video. He knows he's toast, doesn't he? He knows by now. They've got the pictures up on his phone. I don't know if they'd found, I think they had found Madeline's body by the time this video was taken. He knows, it's over for him and he knows it. So I expect the policeman, he's got to get him from one place to another with the minimum of fuss. He doesn't want Stephan to go into a meltdown or anything. So he tries to talk to him like a normal person. And it's quite surreal, knowing what we know about Stephan, that he is not by any means a normal person. It's quite surreal watching it, I think. But Stephan's got that whiny voice. He's definitely got a way of, being pathetic. And that, I think, is how he's got around probably a lot of the people he's got around. Uh, he's got this sort of long, suffering face, hasn't he? It's like, oh, poor me, poor me. It's not even like, oh, my dog's just come up and said hello. It's not like an ashamed face. It's a, oh my God, poor me face. Actually, I don't know if Madeline's body had been found. When was this? 1st of March. No, she had been found by then, had she? I can't remember the date her body was found. Anyway, yeah, he looks very sorry for himself. His eyes are quite scary, aren't they? I find his eyes very disturbing, to be honest. And in a minute, I don't know, when he looks sideways at this policeman, makes you wonder what that. I think that's when you see the real him, and then it makes you wonder, what is he thinking? Is he considering? Is he thinking, can he escape, or is he just resigned to his fate by now? Look at his eyes there. That's to me, that's what I put on the thumbnail of this video. When he looks sideways at this policeman, his eyes are really scary. Uh, yeah, it's sort of there, wasn't it? It just caught it there. Let's just see it again. Yeah, I keep missing it, but never mind. There. Ah. Oh, God. That's it. That's the worst one there. That's when it's just, you really feel like you see the real him there. That's it. That's what I tried to capture for the thumbnail. What is he thinking there? That's a different look in his eyes. The before, when it was all the pathetic look, and now this is, I think, when you see the real Stephan. What is he thinking? Is he thinking he could attack this guy, or he could do something, or I don't know, but it's an evil look. Hi, Bridget. Do you know what? I agree, Caroline. Why is it just one policeman? When I was watching the that horrible Victor who's murdered Rachel Marin being extradited, he's accompanied by about 20 policemen. You know, like, and he's in chains, and he's like, but he's that's why it reminded me so much of the Silence of the Lambs. Because, you know, when Hannibal Lecter's accompanied by all the FBI and everything because they're all terrified of him. That's what that reminded me of. And here we've got Stephan just sat in the back of the patrol car with one guy. And one, you know, seems like a really nice guy, but I'm sure if you crossed him, he won't be that nice. But, you know, just crazy, isn't it? Maybe they look on him as in a different light, you know, a child abuser. Maybe they don't think he's dangerous like to adult males, and it's probably true because he's a coward, isn't he? Can only deal with children. Hi, Charlie. If you can't hear, Charlie, when you say you can't hear, do you mean the audio is on? The audio is definitely on. Hang on, let me turn it up. Let's try again from here. Can you hear it now? Wonder why you can't hear audio. Right, tell me if you can hear this. No? I wonder if it's because I've got my earphones plugged in. Right, let me unplug my earphones. Can you hear it now? Hang on. Right down to 192. So we're taking I-4 to the turnpike. So. You hear it now? Yes, sir. Oh, that's annoying. So it must be because when I plug in my earphones, you can't hear the audio, which is really annoying because so anyway, we'll see if we can still hear Stephan. We can hear the policeman fine. There's no problem with the sound on him. But when Stephan speaks, it's very quiet. I can't make it any louder than that. That's as loud as the audio is. Now, as I said to you at the beginning of the video, if you've got headphones, you'd probably be better off putting your headphones in. Because you'll be able to hear this guy okay, but when Stephan speaks, it is pretty quiet.
How's the temperature feel? Okay.
So Stephan, he asked him, how does the temperature feel? And Stephan said, better than it was. Thank you.
You're welcome. Don't know why they don't do that. You know, why don't they just kind of like give you a blanket?
So he says, I don't know why they do that. Why don't they just give you a blanket? And Stephan goes, oh, my core temperature was down. My core temperature was down. It's just crazy that he would say that, really. My core temperature was down.
Wow.
They said I was sleeping on bare metal. The first night I was on concrete. Toilet roll for a pillow. So I couldn't catch all that because without the headphones on, it's difficult for me to catch it. But basically, he's just whinging, isn't he, about the conditions that he was kept in. And this guy is like, I don't expect he's really sympathetic towards him, but I think he's just trying to keep him calm.
That sounds rough, man.
Hi, Chumba. So look at him. See how he just looks so sorry for himself. But it is all about him, isn't it?
Please forgive my cough. Been trying to get rid of it for the past like 2 or 3 days. Really bad cold. You know, I like those, man. But have you ever tried the berry ones? The Ricola berry? The Ricola berry ones, it almost tastes like candy. But once you get to the middle part, it's rough though, because like it's got a punch. You're talking about the
So now they start having this bizarre conversation about cough lozenges. Now, I may have found a way that I can plug in my earplugs to my other computer and hear it on my earphones, in which case I'll be able to tell you what Stephan's saying, because unless you've got earphones on, you're probably going to struggle. What do you two want? I've got the bloody dogs here. Unless you've got earphones on, you're going to struggle hearing what Stephan's got to say. But I'm trying to work out how I can maybe listen to it on my other phone. Stop it. I mean, dog's trying to get up on my knee. Listen to it on the other computer maybe, and then I can tell you what he says. All right, so. Right, I'm going to rewind it a bit.
Please forgive my cough. Been trying to get rid of it for the past like 2 or 3 days. Trying to have a really bad cold. You know, I like those, man, but have you ever tried the berry ones? The Ricola berry? Phenomenal. The Ricola berry ones, they almost taste like candy. But once you get to the middle part, it's rough though, because like it's got a punch. You're talking about the ones that have like the
no, that's not going to work.
Menthol inside of it. So you haven't had the ones that have like the gooey part on the inside? Nope.
Well, they're just having this bizarre. It's not going to work that way. So really, you just have to put your earphones in to catch properly what Stephan's saying. At some point later on, I'm going to put this video on the members channel, on the members site. If I knew how to do, subtitles, put them on the video, but I don't on this because it won't do it automatic. Don't forget, this is a police body cam. It's not a YouTube video, so you can't get the police to put subtitles on it. But I might be able to do a transcript of it. So when I put it on the members site. But for now, really, you need to get your headphones.
Those are good until you bite them. Oh, like it's a burst of like menthol. Yeah, it is. It is. I just got the regular Hall's cherry. That's what I buy at 7-Eleven. So really.
So he's saying there he's never been one for cherry flavoured cough lozenges because they taste too something. I didn't catch what he said. But he doesn't like cherry lozenges, so we should all send him some cherry lozenges.
I can't get my kid to drink medicine. I gotta like mix it in his orange juice.
Now, so when he says that, the policeman, I can't get my kid to drink medicine, I have to mix it in his orange juice. And Stephan starts laughing. I wonder what he was thinking about then. We know that he's mixed a few things in orange juice over the years. A lot of, some disgusting things that he's mixed in people's orange juice. And then we know that he's probably mixed drugs into Madeline's drinks and even Jen's drinks as well. But it's funny, yeah, he laughs there. He actually genuinely looked amused there. Let's just watch that again.
I can't get my kid to drink medicine. I gotta like mix it in his orange juice. For real, I gotta literally like, here, drink orange juice because it's good for you. It's vitamin C, because he will not. He'll literally like not drink his orange, his medicine, like at all.
I feel there that Stefan's dying to say something and he's like stopping himself from saying it. That's the first time you see him like even animated at all. He knows all about putting things in orange juice, doesn't he? Do you think that policeman said that on purpose? I just wonder this whole conversation. I wonder how much of it the policeman was deliberately saying things, or was he just literally trying to make small talk with Stephan? I expect through this whole journey, Stephan was just thinking, I'm never getting out of here. This is it for me, you know, blah, de, blah, de, blah. All that will have been going through his head. So he's trying to get a look at the greenery while he can. No, because for these offenders, really, this is the best part for them. The initial bits before the trial, etc., when they get taken to, you know, from one place to another, and they get to at least see outside the prison walls. Because once he gets convicted, he isn't seeing outside the prison walls again. You know, it's like that's why some offenders some offenders like to be taken from place to place because they want to see outside of the prison. Maybe they want an opportunity to escape. And it's like the same for that Victor, Rachel's killer. He's been on that aeroplane, repatriate. That probably the last time he goes on a plane. And he'll be in and out of the courtroom, you know, doing things. But then once he's convicted, that'll be it. And I wonder if Stephan's sort of enjoying this look out, you know, a little glimpse of freedom. It must be a very uncomfortable journey, really, isn't it? So, of course, we know that Stephan's handcuffed there. Of course, he'll be handcuffed. And I'm presuming the door's locked and he can't get out. But just as you're looking at this, it looks like he's going to sort of grab hold of the door handle or something and jump out. But obviously he's not. But he's not brave enough to do that anyway. But there are some convicts, of course, that would do that or try to do it. You know, at the end of the day, transporting felons is a dangerous job. But yet, this just seems so sort of, you know, just the one policeman, and I don't know. It just seems like they're not worried about him, not worried that he's going to be violent anyway. Well, yeah, David, he might have a gun and a taser, but he's driving. This guy is driving. It's dangerous to have someone. What if Stephan just started banging his head against the window, or, you know, just totally having a meltdown? You know, what's the guy supposed to do when he's driving? You know, it just strikes me as very blasé. At this point now, Stephan starts sort of looking round and looking on the floor, doesn't he? But obviously this guy's watching him all the time, and I think when he, you know, that's when he starts talking to him again. But anyway, we'll see. Hi, Rusty. I'd like to know what Stephan's thinking about that. I wonder if he's thinking about Madeline. I mean, whatever he did to Madeline, you know, don't mean about the actual sex abuse. That was deliberate, of course. But I do feel that probably he wouldn't have meant to kill her. Well, I don't know. Maybe he just snapped, got angry, whatever. I'm not excusing him. What, you know, he obviously he's thrown his whole life away. I don't think for a minute he feels sorry for Madeline. But I know for a fact, you can even just tell by his demeanour, he does feel sorry for himself. So I don't think he would have done that deliberately, because he, you know, he likes his creature comforts, doesn't he? Likes his Xbox and his room and his, you know, just no, mind you, I suppose he'll be able to do all that in prison, just lie around all day, whatever. I mean, he'll certainly be looked after, won't he? Maybe for someone like Stephan, prison's not something. I mean, he won't want the death penalty, that's for sure, because he's a coward. But maybe prison itself is not going to be that much different from his normal life, except for the fact that he won't have Madeline there to abuse, of course. But, you know, look how pathetic he is there in the back. Just like, wonder what he's thinking. Is he feeling guilty? I don't think he's feeling guilty. He doesn't look guilty. He's feeling very sorry for himself, isn't he? He's very, you know, he's that pitiful figure that he's trying to put across. I mean, what is he doing? Where is he going down there? You know, what is he doing?
You're not too tired, are you?
So, you know, he noticed when, because his head was sort of going down, maybe he was messing about with the handcuffs. So he turned to him and said, "They're not too tight, are they?" And he goes, "No, thank you." That whiny voice of his. You know, he's so you know, so pathetic, isn't he? Yeah, you can't make out what he's saying very well. You can't make out very well what Stephan's saying. For those of you who have got headphones on, you might have heard what he said properly. But you can be sure whatever it was whinge. Ah, David, yeah, he's trying to reset the phone again. He's trying to reset it back to like a week before when he wasn't in all this shit. I wonder if he's not on the verge of tears. You know, it looks like he's sort of on the verge of tears because he's turned his face almost completely away from that policeman. Look, he's looking behind him.
Hello? ¿Cómo? Okay. Por la Turnpike. Ya pasamos.
So he's speaking in Spanish now, the policeman. He's just telling whoever it is on the other end of the phone where they are. You know, we're going past the turnpike, we're heading such and such a way. Oh, look at Stephan's face there again. It's like, oh, poor me, poor long-suffering Stephan.
La 528. O sea, cerca de Florida Muerto. Sí, pero no lo puse, pero puedo hacer el.
Now, I don't know what he's talking about there, but he said, yes, but I didn't put it on, but I can do it if you want me to, or something like that. But so I don't know what he's actually talking about.
Sí. Sí, pero no lo vieron. Sí. But, okay, bye.
Oh, don't know what that was about, but
body get back to a normal temperature? Sir?
There you go. His body's getting back to the normal temperature now. I was just thinking, I bet he's hoping that they get flat tire. Just when you want a flat tire, you can't get one. He got a flat tire when he was dumping poor Madeline's body, and now here he is. I bet he'd love a flat tire right now.
How do you think you like?
Now we have got a really bizarre conversation again here now. So this guy is just thinking of something to say to him. And he says, "What kind of music do you like?" So he says, "Oh, all kinds, rock." And then we get to know now Stephan Sterns' musical tastes.
You're the first person that's ever said classical music.
So this is obviously something that he asks all his prisoners, because he said, "You're the first person who's ever said classical music." And he goes, "Really?" And you can see he's quite pleased with that. He's quite pleased with that because that appeals to his narcissistic nature, doesn't it? Oh, I'm the first person who said that I like classical music. He literally, again. So the 2 times that we've seen him smile in this journey, the first one when he was telling him that he puts vitamins in his kids' drinks without him knowing. And the second one is when he says, "Oh, you're the first person who's ever said classical music."
Like what? Like give me like a classical song or
Mozart or Beethoven he likes. Look, he's loving that. He's loving that. He because he sort of feels like he's got some, I don't know, something over him there.
the first one. I've never had anyone tell me classical music. Yeah.
Oh no, he's so happy about that.
I've never been to like an orchestra or like a.
Stefan's eyes are going really weird here. Really, really weird. This man has got some serious problems. I mean, he really has. God. Wonder what sort of things will come out. Because something to take, as I've read ahead on that document, when they got Stefan's computer from his parents' house, there were thousands of images of child pornography, not Madeline, but they were from so long ago. The police said they're not of evidentiary value in this case or these cases. They're probably thinking, "Oh God, we've got enough on him already. We don't want to go through another 6,000 pictures of child pornography that looked as if it had come off, not videos that he'd taken himself like the ones of Madeline, but stuff that had come off the web." That was found on his computer at his mum and dad's house. His mum and dad let them take everything away from his room, obviously. And on his computer were found thousands more pictures of children, but from a long time ago. So he's been like this for a long time. This isn't a new thing for Stephan. But you see, look, his eyes are all over the place. He's a very scary guy. He really is a scary guy. God. So classical concerts are amazing, amazing.
You're actually right, because let's say it's not a newer song, but let's say November Rain, right? By Guns N' Roses. What Slash does with the guitar towards the end of that whole track, he literally makes that guitar cry. Like, it's one of those moments where you're like, wow, wow.
Well, he's really animated again. I just find this conversation bizarre. That he's having a conversation with Stephan Sterns about November Rain, Guns N' Roses, and Stefan is actually, maybe that's why he's doing it, to try and just distract him. I expect, he has to transport a lot of prisoners, and probably a lot more scary people, more violent people than Stephan Sterns. And this is his way of distracting them. And it's certainly working with Stefan, telling him he's the first one who's ever said classical music. He loved that, and now he's enjoying talking about Guns N' Roses. So now he's telling him he likes a lot of classical rock too. He likes Queen. He'll be saying that in a minute. Hi, Mello. Metallica. Likes Metallica. They both like Metallica. They found something in common there. Queen.
Queen is. I haven't seen that latest movie with like the guy that was on the sitcom. I haven't seen the Queen movie.
Oh, sorry. I mean, this is just my sense of humor, but he said, I haven't seen that Queen movie. I don't know which Queen movie he means. I don't know which particular movie he means, because this was earlier this year. I can't think which it is. But what sort of thing to say to Stephan Sterns, who's facing at least life in prison, if not the death penalty? And he's, what's he going to say? Oh, you're going to go and see it. When are you planning on going to see it? Let's go together. Let's go and see it together. It's just, this conversation is just surreal to me. But it is working. Stefan is engaging in the conversation, and, it's sort of like almost for a moment he can feel normal, because he's been walking amongst everyone for all his life. He's 39 years old. He's been walking amongst us. He's had relationships, friendships, he's got parents. He's had these conversations. He has been, until he got found out, to all intents and purposes, a normal person. And then it's found out, what do they say? You've got your, what is it? You've got your public life, your private life, and your secret life that we've all got. Your public life, your private life, and your secret life. And Stephan Sterns' secret life was different from most people's. We've all got little things that we perhaps wouldn't like to be public, or even wouldn't like our family or friends to know. But they're not normally things as bad as the secrets that Stephan Sterns has. But yeah, it's very surreal, this conversation, I think.
I even like Linkin Park.
I don't even know who Linkin Park is, but he even likes them, and Stefan sort of you know, oh yeah, okay, you like Linkin Park, but I'm still the only one who's ever said classical music.
Well, he followed along the same lines as this guy from Soundgarden. I forgot his name. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And then when he went over to Audio Slave,
I have no idea what they're talking about now. Some of you might know about Linkin Park and Audio Slave and things. I have no clue.
heard Audio Slave? I mean, Audio Slave came out with like one album and they just crushed it. Crushed it. But classical music, wow. You know, one type of music I never got into was country.
Yeah, they're bonding over not liking country music now. I quite like country music. Sounds too much alike for Stephan, country music.
I just can't relate to it. I grew up in the city, so not much that I can relate to driving a tractor and stuff like that. And some of the songs that
Not much you can relate to about driving a tractor. I can honestly say I don't think I've ever heard a country song that was about driving a tractor. That was the Wurzels, wasn't it? The UK group singing about driving a tractor. But I quite like country music, but it's always very sad, isn't it, country music? That thing. It's always, it's not very often cheerful. That's the only thing.
I've heard. You grew up on a farm? Wow.
So he grew up on a farm. God, those poor animals. Oh God, he's having a whinge again. He's from when he was 11. Somehow he got into a dumpster or something, pushed him into a dumpster. Look at the policeman's face. I bet when this policeman got home that night, he said, "You know what? I had to take that Stephan Sterns." And he never stopped whinging from them. He just whinged about everything. He is a complete whinger, isn't he? God.
But it stinks. Why did you work there? Was it like your family's farm? So you're from Georgia? Hello? Estamos, sí, está todo bien, estamos como a 2 o 3 minutos. Estamos en la 1:92, casi doblando el ascenso.
So they're ringing him again to see where are you? They're probably like, God, where are you? You're supposed to be here 10 minutes ago. Anyway, he's just telling them that he'll be there in 5-10 minutes.
Rico, and then I was raised in Boston.
So he's an immigrant, this guy, obviously a legal immigrant, as he's a policeman, but he's born in Puerto Rico. I wonder if Stephan speaks Spanish.
I mean, I didn't grow up in Puerto Rico because my mom left there when I was 2. And I grew up more in Cambridge and like Boston area. So that was like a big city, projects and that's it's definitely different. Definitely different. And then I moved down here. So San Diego area. California is nice. I've been there twice. I've been there twice.
So he's really getting into the chat now, Stephan. He's sort of, come round now. He has been clever, this policeman, because they're nearly there now. They'll be there in a minute. And I think he has been trying to put Stephan at his ease because he knows that when they get to this place, there's going to be a lot of reporters there. It's going to be, so he's tried to sort of, I suppose, calm Stephan down as much as he can because he knows what Stephan's going to have to face. Not that I feel sorry for him, of course, but, at the end of the day, his job is to just keep him calm. Hey.
Oh, yeah. There's no warmth to that one at all.
I think they need to get Stephan in an interview room with this guy because he seems to have built like a bit of a bond with him. If they want him to just, tell everything and get it all out of the way and, put an end to all the trial and everything, I think this guy would have as much chance as anyone to get stuff out of Stephan because he seems to have managed to put him at his ease.
So once we get here, I'm going to the interview room and I got to do the arrest affidavit. Basically, you have two warrants, so I'll let you know what those are.
Look, now he's gone that starey eyes again because it's all come. So he's been put at his ease. He's been chatting like about this, that, and the other. And then when the guy said that to him about the 2 arrest warrants, it's all dawned on him again why he's really there. Yep, so he's got quite a welcoming committee, quite a reception committee there, a load of cameras pointing at him. And off he went. And off he went to be charged. I thought it was very interesting that, well, if you like me, I like all the details. I gosh, it's just his demeanor, you know. Anyway, I find it interesting. So, Rachel, I hope your granddaughter's feeling better today, because she's got chicken pox, hasn't she? We were talking about that last night. Okay, so that's it. I just wanted to play you that. I just wanted you to see it. As I say, I'm going to put it on the members. I'm going to put the, you know, the video without any commentary or anything on the members channel at some point. And I will try, and what I'm going to do is, I'm just trying to think how I can do it, but get all the, what's the word I'm looking for? Like the transcript. You know, the exactly what we could hear most of it, but there's a few things that Stephan said that were difficult to make out, weren't they? But I'm going to try anyway. Okay. So before we go, actually, I'm just going to look at Sky News just to see if there's any news about Jay. No, we're just where we are, where we were. So it feels like, you know, that's it. Another day gone by and Jay's not been found. Anyway, see what transpires tomorrow. Yeah, prayers for Jay. Yeah, prayers for Jay. Okay, and tomorrow I will be definitely talking about Rachel Marin's murderer being extradited, etc. Maybe not tomorrow, it might be Sunday now. I may have a day off tomorrow, I don't know. I always say that, and then I end up coming on and doing a video, don't I? But thank you for listening, thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing, and thank you, special thanks to the members as always. Okay, I'll see you really soon in the next video, and until then, may your God go with you. Bye.